Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I'm your host, FD for Switch5.tv. So today we are going to bring you another project, which I think at this moment in time, it's a darling of the crypto space. So many people are talking about it, especially if you are familiar with the Cosmos network or Cosmos ecosystem. You'll probably have a guess at what I'm talking about. So before I jump into this project, guys, if you're from the UK, this video is not for you. Why? Because the UK authorities deem cryptocurrency extremely risky and you can lose all your funds. It's not secure, so they say for you to invest in crypto. So please do not watch this video. Having said that, this video is just for educational purposes. It's not meant to be financial advice for those from the rest of the world. Please do your own research and take the information contained in this video to be adequate just for entertainment as well as educational purposes. So let's jump into this project, which is Celestia. What is it? Well, Celestia is a modular data availability network that utilizes the Cosmos SDK and securely scales with the number of users, making it one of the most efficient blockchains out. Celestia is a minimal blockchain that decouples execution from consensus by introducing a new primitive, that is data availability sampling, or DAS. Some key features for Celestia include its ability to allow modular blockchains, which are achieved through decoupling consensus from execution of transactions, thus achieving greater scalability without loss of security or decentralization. Then there is also the feature of the blockchain being optimized for solely ordering and guaranteeing the availability of transaction data. Responsibility for executing and validating transactions is shifted to only the clients that have an interest in specific transactions relating to blockchain applications that they use, and developers can effortlessly define their own virtual execution environments or EVMs similar to virtual machines. Applications can be updated without the main chain hard forks, which means they do not need a hard fork like the Cardano event or the others that require hard forks, your Ethereum and so forth. Now, some value proposition for Celestia. Celestia does not impose any execution or settlement constraints, giving developers the freedom to define their own execution and settlement environments. Modular blockchains enable control over the rules of an application through sovereignty because developers can make alterations to the tech stack. Celestia is a minimal blockchain that only orders and publishes transactions but does not execute them. That is quite important. So as part of our review for Celestia, we are going to be applying our 13 elements that make up part of our DWA or our risk evaluation toolkit. And those 13 elements include decentralization, security, scaling, interoperability, the age of the project team, social media presence via Twitter and via Discord, project use cases, as well as the project's tokenomics. So let's jump into decentralization for starters. Celestia uses data availability sampling, or DAS, which means the more like nodes that participate in sampling, the higher the amount of data that the network can safely handle, enabling the block size to increase without equally increasing the cost to verify the chain. Anyone can deploy their blockchain or dApps on Celestia in a trustless and efficient manner. By decoupling execution from consensus, Celestia is only responsible for ordering transactions and guaranteeing their data availability. This is similar to reducing consensus to atomic broadcast. And as far as security is concerned, Celestia is a permissionless proof-of-stake blockchain based on Comet BFT and the Cosmos SDK. Celestia supports in-protocol delegation and will start with an initial validator set of 100. So at this moment in time, because it launched recently, there are approximately 100 validators for the Celestia network. Due to the permissionless nature of the blockchain networks, a data availability layer must provide a mechanism for the execution and settlement layers to check in a trust-minimized way whether transaction data is indeed available. Two key features of Celestia's data availability layer are data availability sampling, or DAS, and name-spaced McCoy-trees, or NMTs. Both features are novel blockchain scaling solutions. DAS, or data availability sampling, enables light nodes to verify data availability without needing to download the entire block. NMTs, on the other hand, enable execution and settlement layers on Celestia to download transactions that are only relevant to them. Celestia does not require a majority of the consensus, that is, block producers, to be honest to guarantee data availability. So it's kind of a strong case for security as far as Celestia is concerned. Now on to scaling. Celestia introduces data availability sampling, or DAS, a mechanism for light nodes to verify data availability without having to download all data for a block. Data availability sampling enables light nodes to contribute to both the security and throughput of the network with significantly cheaper hardware than that of full nodes. The increasing number of light nodes performing DAS, or data availability sampling, allows for larger blocks, that is, with more transactions, while still keeping DAS feasible for resource-limited light nodes. Developers deploy their own blockchains in minutes, just as easy as it is to deploy typical smart contracts. So again, it is fast and it's demonstrable. It's not just a claim, they're actually demonstrating how they achieve that. Let's move on to interoperability. Celestia utilizes Cosmos SDK, which means it is interoperable with almost all Cosmos SDK SDK chain or app chains as they want to call them. In addition, because Celestia separates execution from consensus, this opens more opportunities for other blockchains to experiment on migrating dApps to the Cosmos network via Celestia, because they can still apply their consensus while utilizing other aspects of Celestia, as it is a modular toolkit to create a blockchain. Now, let's move on to social media presence. On Twitter, Celestia boasts just over 205,500 Twitter followers, and on Discord, just over 162,000 members. And the project team, according to the team's own website, there are approximately 39 team members supported by 7 advisors with a vast amount of experience from across the business world as well as from cryptocurrency and blockchain space. Now onto some use cases for Celestia. Ticker symbol TIA, TIA. Now, developers require the TIA coin in order to submit pay for blobs transactions on the network for a fee denominated in TIA. Staking TIA coins as a validator or delegator enables the stakers to earn staking rewards from the network. Validators charge a fee to delegators, which gives them a percentage of staking rewards, all in the form of the TIA coin. TIA holders, not just stakers, can propose and vote on governance proposals, change a subset of network parameters, for example, voting to fund ecosystem initiative. And developers can effortlessly define their own virtual execution environments similar to virtual machines and then deploy their dApps and blockchains in an efficient manner. So there are benefits and use cases from a developer point of view as well. And let's not forget the fundamental use case for Celestia, that of providing infrastructure and tools to build blockchain. That is very fundamental use case for Celestia. And let's move on to tokenomics. Ticker symbol TIA, TIA. Token supply 1 billion with no hard cap, and Celestia has got an inflation rate which starts at 8%, then declining by 10% every year until it reaches 1.5%, which is expected to be achieved within a 20-year time span. Circulating supply is 141,043,528 from long. Now onto token distribution. Research and Development and Ecosystem Fund, 26.8% allocation. Early backers, which is Series A and Series B, 19.7%. Early backers, seed funders, 15.9%. Initial core contributors, 17.6%. Public allocation, Genesis airdrop, 7.4%. And public allocation, future initiatives, 12.6%. And that gives us our 100% Genesis token supply. Insider token allocation, according to our own calculation, comes up to 80%, made up of majority of that token distribution. So as you know, we are going to be scoring these elements that we just briefly reviewed. I'll leave some links for you guys to do your own research on Celestia, and from a price front, Celestia is performing quite well. Now, as part of our DOR or risk evaluation, as we have already highlighted at the top of the video, we are going to be scoring the following 13 elements. We've got decentralization, security, scaling, interoperability, the project team, social media presence via Twitter and via Discord. We then look at the age of the project use cases, the tokens issued at project launch, tokens in circulation at the time of recording, which is today or on the day this video was recorded, maximum tokens available, as well as insider token allocation. So yeah, the scores we've allocated to Celestia, 0 being the lowest or minimum, 10 being the best or maximum. Decentralization, 5 points out of 10. Security, 7.5 points out of 10. On scaling, 7.5 points out of 10. Interoperability, 10 points out of 10. Project team, 7.5 points out of 10. Social media presence via Twitter, 7.5 points out of 10. Social media presence via Discord, 7.5 points out of 10. Age of the project is just launched, therefore the minimum, 2.5 points out of 10. Project use cases, 10 out of 10, because I think they got use cases in bucket loads, since Celestia combines the characteristics of a Layer-0 as well as those of a Layer-1. So it is quite a strong project, so to speak. Tokens in circulation at the time of recording, 2.5 points. Maximum tokens available, there's no maximum, there's no hard cap. Therefore, we are going to give Celestia 0 points out of 10. Inside the token allocation, our parameter is 30% at the top end. Anything above that, there has to be some mitigating circumstances why you'll still proceed and either invest or allocate any score. So in this case, we're going to proceed and give Celestia 0 points out of 10. So do you guys agree, having listened to our brief overview of what Celestia is and maybe accompanied by your own research? Do you agree with the scores we've allocated to Celestia? Let us know in the comment section. So the aggregate score for Celestia after going through this exercise comes up to 70 points out of 130 for a brand new project that has just been operating for a few weeks. What are your thoughts, guys, about Celestia? Let us know in the comment section. As for me, I do not hold a position in Celestia, but maybe when things have calmed down a little bit, maybe we may just dip in. Otherwise, it's going to be a case of waiting for a major dip and then possibly make a move. Do you hold Celestia? Did you get the airdrop from Celestia? Let us know in the comment section. Until the next video, I'm your host, FD465.tv, bringing you a quick review of Celestia, the darling of the Cosmos ecosystem at this moment in time. Until the next video, bye for now.